Okay, so we are building a firewood shed. See that pile of firewood? We're gonna build something like this, or we're gonna build this. We've already started building it, and it's an absolute gorgeous day up here in the mountains. I'm Tony Mormino, and this is the Mormino Channel on YouTube, and we're gonna build this right here. So we thought we'd turn the camera on. We're trying this new live stream connected to our actual LAN rather than the Wi-Fi. So I'm curious how this is coming through. I hope you can hear me okay. And if you're interested in just general building or life up in the mountains, we'll talk a little bit about that. You probably know we've been hit by this biblical flood here in Marshall, North Carolina. The flood recovery is going extremely well as could be expected. Got a long way to go. It's probably week 6 now, and we're super excited about the progress. So, you know, hang out if you want to learn about general wood building, and just, you know, if you need some peaceful sound of the leaves in the background and a nice fall day, you're welcome to hang out with us. So my man Nate here is going to go cut some rafters. So right now we're going to cut these 2x6 rafters. Nate, come over here. We need 4 of them, 4 by 8.5 inches.
Okay.
Sorry, 5 foot by 8.5 inches. And your tape measure is over here. And I set all that up over there. The chaps, don't forget your goggles. You're stealing that pencil, and I'm going to cut another pencil while I talk here. So you cut those, and I'll let these folks know what we're doing. So if you're just tuning in, we're going to be building this woodshed here. It's actually our first live on this channel on YouTube, and we hope you all are enjoying it. I've just been enjoying doing these lives lately. Marshall, North Carolina was hit recently by a really bad flood. I'm sure many of you have heard about it, as has most of Western North Carolina. And the recovery process has been moving along, albeit very slow. But in the meantime, when we're not volunteering, you need that? When we're not volunteering cleanup or building temporary sheds for folks, we work on a few projects around here. So I thought I'd hop on and do this live. I've done a few videos about these wood sheds we're building. You know, we got that pile of wood over there. We got like 2 cords of wood that needs a home. We usually just cover it with a tarp because I've been so darn lazy with building this thing. We've been here in this cabin for about 6 years now, and we've really needed this. So I'm excited about building these. There's going to be 2 of them. And what you're seeing here is this, you know, the skeleton of shed number 1. And then we'll probably do a more detailed video showing the specifics of it. I got these plans I downloaded from, I think it was Etsy. I'm not sure where I downloaded them, but they were really precise. It had a nice cut list on there, which is really the main reason I downloaded it, because I've built, you know, dozens of things like this in the past, and I'm sure I could sit down and design it and draw it, but I'm just too old and too lazy. I'm, you know, in my 50s now, and I would much rather just download the plans, have a shopping list, and have a cut list, and go to work on it with my son. And my son Nate's in the background here. So yeah, we're just going to put this thing together. And we're up here in the mountains. It's a gorgeous day. It is about in the low 60s, maybe 65. I'm actually rethinking not wearing a sweater. I might go put a sweater on. Low humidity. It's just gorgeous up here. We moved up here from Jacksonville, Florida about 6 years ago, and you know, that journey was pretty exciting. We actually got to a point in my career where I wanted to get out of the business I was in, so we ended up selling that business and selling our home, and we bought an RV. We sold just about everything we owned except what would fit in an RV, and we loaded up the kids and the dog, and we traveled the country with no plan on where to go. We were completely homeless. We had our home right behind us in the RV with all of our stuff. It was just a kick-ass trip, man. I loved it. And after about a year, though, you know, my wife was ready to settle down, and I've learned when you're on a journey like that and the wife or the husband's ready to settle down, you need to probably settle down. So we started looking for a home. We pulled into this cabin. Maybe I'll turn the camera on in a minute, give you a shot of that. Just a small modest cabin, but we love it. We absolutely love it up here in the mountains. And we have a wood burning stove, and my favorite time of the year, boy, I'm really whittling this thing down to nothing. I keep knocking the tip off. My favorite time of year is to get the wood burning stove going, and so we always get a couple cords of wood, which are right back here. And we usually just cover them with a tarp, which is kind of, I don't know, it's just cheesy. But we're going to build these wood sheds here, and what Nate is doing, my son Nate, is he's cutting the rafters, and then we're going to put those up here. And I'll probably do a more detailed video showing, you know, how to build these. They're pretty simple actually, but you know, I thought I'd hop on live here. If you're interested in life in the mountains, this is kind of what it's like most days. And I'm also trying this new streaming thing where I'm connected directly to the router with a wire rather than the Wi-Fi. So I'm curious. I can't wait to watch this back and see how it comes out. But so while Nate's cutting those, I'm gonna pile around here, and you feel free to ask any questions if you'd like. Nate, do you know where your bits are at? The what? Your bits for the... Oh, I know where they're at. Build a woodshed. I mean, if you're gonna dial up weather to build a woodshed up in the mountains, this is it for sure. Here's my drill bits. Well, not really. I'm just terrible at keeping this stuff organized. What do we need? 4 of those, Nate? So we got the screws. There we go. Found them. We're going to use the 3.5-inch deck screws for the rafters because those are holding up a lot of stuff. Two inches. All right. Missing the screws. All right, found them. Found the 3.5-inch deck screws, so